If you are a Synology user, you are most probably aware that DSM 7.2.2 took away native support of the most advanced codecs like HEVC or HEIC. And this impacted photo and video management apps like Synology Photos. They do offer a workaround by offloading transcoding work to the end client, assuming that the client has the appropriate codec. But in my case, it didn't work out for some reason. And in this video, I will not lament about how this is totally unacceptable. There's plenty of content about this already, but I will share a solution that worked for me and that may work for you as well if you run into the same issue. First, let me explain the situation I had. I upgraded to DSM 7.2.2, believing that this was just a minor version upgrade. I realized all the gravity a couple of months later when I did a significant overhaul of my library. I embedded metadata in my image files and rsynced modifications to the NAS. So from the NAS's perspective, it was suddenly full of new photos that it had to process. For some reason, it was unable to process most of HEIC images. Oddly enough, the movies were fine, even though they are H.265. I spent quite a lot of time fighting it, but the only thing that worked consistently for me was to delete and to re-upload images via the Photos web interface. This wasn't an option for me, so I tried to look under the hood. What I found was that when you browse the image library, the NAS shows you a low-quality preview or an even smaller thumbnail, but never the original image. To do that, it has to prepare those previews. And this is what the whole thing is about. DSM used to be able to create previews for pretty much everything, but not anymore. DSM hides those previews from the user, but you can find them if you SSH into the NAS. Let me show you. I'm already logged in as admin, and you want to be in volume 1/photo, which is the place for the shared space of Synology Photos. I have prepared a test folder with a bunch of photos, and you can see this EADIR has appeared. We can see what's inside, and there is a bunch of folders with exactly the same names as the original images, except that these are folders, not files. Let's explore and CD into one of them and see what's inside. And well, here you go. You have the three thumbnails, small, medium, and large, in JPEG format. I have a Mac, which offers full support for HEIC. And my solution was to first copy images from the NAS to the Mac, generate previews on the Mac, and finally copy those previews back to the NAS. I suggest that you read my article, the link is in the description, where I provide the exact shell commands and scripts and some extra details. In a nutshell, copying is done with rsync, and image conversion is done with SIPs, which is part of macOS. So I didn't even need any third-party software. I was quite happy to have my problem solved and to have it solved in a clean way. I mean, without fiddling too much with how DSM works. I didn't touch the Photos database, which I would have been uncomfortable with. I didn't change any settings. I did not install unofficial software, and I didn't compromise security, since in the end I closed port 22. The only thing that may be non-standard are permissions for EADers that I had to adjust. I don't believe that this is an issue or a risk of any sort, and those permissions can be reverted if that's what you want. So if interested, please read my article and let me know about your thoughts. And have a great day.